Hi everyone, welcome to Grow Roots. This is Shannon, and today I will be taking you through a garden tour in May of my front gardens. I am so happy with how the front garden is looking so far this growing season, and everything is just starting to pop and look beautiful. I have a pink and purple theme this year, and I cannot wait to have you come along. If you are new to Grow Roots, I am so happy that you found me. Many of you have found me from Janie's channel, Dig, Plant, Water, Repeat. She came here to Texas and filmed a garden tour of my front and backyard garden. And so many of you have found me through that. And I am just so thankful to Janie. She is amazing. And I'm so thankful for each of you who have joined my channel. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel if you have not done that already. I have so much more to show you. I also have some really big news to share with all of you, but not yet because I'm kind of, not counting my chickens before they hatch, but tune in the first or second week of June. I have a really big announcement to make. I am so excited, but definitely subscribe to my channel so that you can find out what that big announcement is coming up in roughly a few weeks. So here is my front porch. We won't visit this too very much because my front porch is a portion of my container garden, and I believe it is looking absolutely beautiful. Look at those hydrangeas popping, lace cap hydrangeas. Oh my goodness. Okay, just showing you a little bit of that. But I will talk all about those in all of my containers that are on my front porch in my container garden tour, which is coming up pretty soon. So again, subscribe to my channel so that you can see when that container garden tour is posted. But here we are. Here is the garden. These I consider to be part of the garden, so I will go over these for sure. But the first thing that we've got here, oh my goodness, these are in containers, but this is Dracula Celosia. These reseeded themselves, you guys. They were purchased from HEB last Halloween-ish time, and I thought they were perfect for Halloween, and they seeded themselves. Those little seedlings were coming up during an ice storm and survived. I just can't believe how this plant is looking. It is absolutely gorgeous. Dracula Celosia. The next container that I have here is one of my favorite zinnia varieties that I've ever grown. This is new to me this year, but this is salmon double Zahara zinnias. I purchased those seeds from parkseeds.com, and they did very, very well. I've also got some verbena started from seed that is just so beautiful, that's grown with that. And then I've got creeping Jenny in there that's doing amazing as well. And then this container, so excited about that. This is probably maybe your first view of this one. It's doing well. This is Proven Winners Whirlwind Pink Scaevola. Scaevola is just one of those really, really great plants for heat tolerance and super, super hot temperatures like we have here in North Texas. And then behind this is Fuchsia. I forget the name of this Fuchsia, but it's pink and purple, which totally fits my theme of pink and purple. This is Sweet Talk Deep Pink Fuchsia, and it is doing quite well, as is the Scaevola. So cannot wait to see that one grow in. It was just planted there a week ago. But coming into my front garden, everybody sees this one and they know it's my garden. This is Silly Goose. She's our little goose that stands guard of our front garden. But here is a look at my May 26th front garden, and I absolutely love it. Starting off with this border, I have double Raspberry Ripple Zahara zinnias. These are dwarf varieties of zinnias. I have grown Zahara zinnias now for a couple of years and absolutely love them, along with a couple of other varieties of dwarf zinnias, but Zaharas are definitely one of the best. And I had my eye on double Raspberry Ripple, and I just decided to go for it this year. And then I decided to make my theme pink and purple. So I think that they are just absolutely lovely. One of the things I love about this flower is that even when it ages like this, it doesn't really look like from far away that it's aged. So I could get away with not deadheading, although I will come in periodically and do that, but I could get away with not deadheading and it will look perfect. Like they start out real bright pink like this, and then they get some white on them as they age, and then, you know, this is an aged bloom that definitely could be deadheaded. And when I do that, I get past that first set of leaves after the flower, and then I go right down in here and pinch it off. And that's as simple as that for the deadheading. And I'm just going to leave that there. If it wants to reseed itself, it can. So anyway, that is the front border there. I do have a video about planting this front border. I have a brilliant trick about planting front borders or planting plants in tough spaces where you don't know why the plant is not doing well. I have a genius solution for that, so definitely watch that video. I'll pop the link on the screen. And then coming in right behind these double Zahara zinnias is Buddy Purple Gomphrena. Oh my goodness. I love Buddy Purple Gomphrena. It is a dwarf variety of Gomphrena. And so it will only get, I believe it's supposed to be 6 to 12 inches tall and wide. And it just has this brilliant dark purple color. I grew these from seed. I got the seeds from Baker Creek heirloom seeds, and they are just spectacular. So Buddy Purple Gomphrena coming in behind there to kind of pull in that purple theme. And then I have Proven Winners Sparkling Amethyst Superbena as well. These poor little guys, I could not find, this is my favorite Superbena, you guys. I've grown many of them, but the toughest Superbena that I have found there to be is the Sparkling Amethyst. And in my opinion, it's one of the prettiest as well. I got these in Oklahoma like 6 weeks ago is where I found them. They were so hard to find. I don't know why. Nurseries around North Texas, please carry Superbena Sparkling Amethyst. There's a huge market for them. We love them. We will snatch them up. But I brought them from Oklahoma, and they did not get planted until last week. Poor things were in those containers for like 5 weeks, and they still look like this. Can you believe that? This one's getting ready to give us some blooms. But anyway, it's just a wonderful plant. And again, that will go very well with that pink and purple theme. Coming in behind the second row in my garden, I have some perennials that are planted there. The show-stopping one right now is this daylily, and I'm so sorry, y'all. I do not remember the name of this daylily. It was the first type of daylily I ever grew, and it's just done so remarkably well. But look at that peach color, pinky peach, and the ruffled petals. Oh, they are to die for. I absolutely love when they are in bloom. And there is another one over here, just blooming, doing so very well. I love them. I do have some Sweet William that are over there on the other side, but they are out of bloom now. I have a Dianthus right there that's getting ready. It needs to be deadheaded a little bit, but it's coming out of bloom as well. You can still see back there I have some daffodil foliage. Here I have a May Night salvia, and let's see if I can show you a couple of blooms. It's kind of in between. It had its first flush of blooms. I need to go in and deadhead those. It's getting ready for a second flush of blooms a little bit. Here's a better look at that May Night salvia. It's more of a ground cover type of salvia for me anyway, but I love that purple color. It's just absolutely stunning. And here I do have a container inside of my garden. I have kind of labeled this my Proven Winners Annuals container. And I started off this season with 5 Proven Winners Annuals. The one that you can see that has won the award, it has endured the race, it has survived of the fittest. This is Lobelia Sky Blue. It is absolutely beautiful. It has just overtaken everything in this container and says, I'm the star of the show. I was actually quite surprised with that because I have grown this plant before last year and it did not do this well at all in basically the same location. So I don't know. I just got a super plant, but yes, Proven Winners, Lobelia Sky Blue. It is more of a cool season plant, Proven Winners claims that their lobelia is the most heat tolerant of all lobelias. They have bred them to be more heat tolerant. So we will see how this goes. It has already been in the 90s, you guys, and consistently for about a week now. It's been in the upper 80s and early 90s. It's still holding strong, so I do think it's going to probably do okay, but I'm getting ready to give it a haircut. You can see all of this under foliage is like all of the dead, spent blooms. I'm going to go and give it a haircut. Let's see how it responds to it, and then we'll go from there. Because if I don't do that, it's just going to continue to get taller. Then it's going to start getting leggy, kind of like your supertunias. So it definitely needs a good deadheading, and then if it bounces back from there, I will be like so happy. But the other plant that's actually doing great as well is Waikiki Sunset Lizomachia, I believe. Yes, Waikiki Sunset Lizomachia congestiflora. I just picked this up because it went along with every other plant that, with the color scheme, but I am so glad I picked it up because this will survive for me. This is hardy down to zone 7, and it just has really, it was overtaken by this lobelia, and it does not care. It says, okay, go ahead. I'm still going to be happy right here where I am, and I'm still going to spread, even though you're trying to make me all swallowed up. So I'm so proud of it. And those yellow blooms are so lovely. The variegated foliage is to die for. So this is definitely going to be something beautiful that I will continue to pick up more of for sure. Now, there were 3 other plants planted in there, and I think one of them is still alive. It's just not blooming and has not been in bloom at all. But it's the blood orange Nemesia, Sensatia blood orange Nemesia, I want to say. I feel like it's getting ready to bloom again, but I've been saying that for a while now, and it's still not doing its thing. So it has beautiful oranges and reds in it, and a little bit of yellow, but it has, after that first bloom, see, this is what it should look like. After that first bloom, it just kind of said, nah, I'm going to survive, but I'm not going to bloom for you. And I'm not sure why. I am fertilizing these once a week with the Proven Winners water-soluble fertilizer. So they are getting fertilized. It's just, not super sure. And then the 2 other ones that were in here that are no longer in there because they had sudden plant death are the Supertunias. I did Supertunia Bermuda Beach, and I did Supertunia Honey. And Supertunia Bermuda Beach did not last very long for me at all, really only about 3 to 4 weeks. And then I had one day it was great, the next day it was completely dead. No idea what happened. The root structure was fabulous. I pulled that out. The roots looked great. There was no root rot, nothing. I don't know what happens, but somehow here in Texas, we are prone to Supertunia sudden plant death. And so anyway, we just have to go with what works, and Supertunias are not really what works for us here, at least here in North Texas. I wish it was different. I love Supertunias, you guys. They're so beautiful, but I'm going to be focusing on other annuals instead for sure. So let's see, coming back into this last part of the garden, I have Proven Winners Rockin' Fuchsia Salvia, and it is just so gorgeous. Again, this was just planted last week. It has these beautiful little blooms that are trumpet shaped, perfect for hummingbirds, and I've got tons of new growth even in this last week of planting it, like that new growth right there. It's so lovely. And when those blooms come out, they are just this beautiful color of like violet purple, and the leaves themselves are just this beautiful color of green, and they're heart-shaped. Oh, you just have me with this plant. I hope they do really well. They should grow 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, which will be a beautiful, taller, looking plant right in front of the sunshine ligustrum hedge that I have there, which by the way is doing fabulous as well. I love the sunshine ligustrum hedge. It brings such a beautiful evergreen pop of yellow all year round. Here is another remarkable plant. Wow, look at this. This is double scoop mandarin echinacea, and it was my first echinacea to flower. It's been flowering, it's been blooming here for 3 to 4 weeks at least, and we're in May, so I think April is when it started blooming. It just keeps coming with new blooms like this one. I also have occasional blooms that look like this, especially on my other one I'm going to show you. I don't exactly know if that's part of the plant and what it's expected to do, but there are no petals here, which is weird, but it's kind of so cool at the same time. Like these little balls that are red and orange, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. But as I'm looking, I'm getting a little bit concerned that these guys, it might be asters, asters yellow. It's a disease that coneflowers get. I don't know, because this is the first time I've grown this coneflower, so I don't know what its normal habits are. But that green growth in the middle is a little bit concerning to me, so I may have to pull these guys. I don't know, but it's so beautiful. Look at that, asters yellow. If you guys don't know, it's incurable for coneflowers. Once you know that it has asters yellow, you've got to pull it out. But yeah, this one's kind of struggling, doing the same thing. And now that I'm seeing that green growth coming in through there, that's what I looked up to be on the lookout for. I'm afraid it might just have that. That is very sad to me. Oh dear. Here is the other rockin' fuchsia. So lovely. Look. Oh my goodness. That's just the most vibrant color. It's so beautiful. Those blooms are huge. Huge, huge, huge. And they're just lovely. So a little look at that, and then I will move on to the shaded part of my front garden. Over here is a variety of different shade plants, and the reason is because there is a vitex tree up here. This is a Shoal Creek chaste tree, also known as vitex, and it is just in its glory right now, you guys. Look at all of this. And I wish that you could see all of the bees that are in here. They are amazing. They love the vitex trees. The butterflies love them too. And I love them too. You just can't beat this pop of purple. The vitex trees themselves are so incredibly tough, heat tolerant. You can do whatever you want to them, prune them however you want, and they're still going to grow for you. I don't know if you could really kill an established vitex tree, really, truly. And honestly, I meant to do this before the tour. I just got so incredibly busy. This is something I do have to deal with, since vitex trees, they like to be shrub-like, okay? When you have a tree, just know that it has been pruned to be a tree. And so when you do that, the vigorous growth of the vitex tree says, I'm still gonna put up canes to try and be bushy like I want to be. So I really do need to go in here. I will do that. I just have not had the opportunity to do it before the garden tour. You can see this foliage is so pretty. And it has a smell to it. I wouldn't say that it's a bad smell. It's kind of a good smell. It's not super like florally, but definitely an herby smell that I actually enjoy. But I got to get rid of that. That's just what it does, because it's just so vigorous. But then look at this view. So I have several types of ground covers in here. The first and my favorite is Burgundy Glow Ajuga. Absolutely love it. It's looking so gorgeous with that foliage, and the purples that you see is the petals of the vitex, but I think it looks so beautiful. Like the vitex, blooms are shedding, but then they go on top of the ajuga and it adds to their beauty. I think this is so pretty. I have some Dusty Miller. That Dusty Miller survives in our area year round. If it gets too much taller than this, I will prune it. But I love that pop of white in a garden as well. And then this is my Lambo. Lambo, our sheep, but he is now kind of covered up by variegated vinca. And these have blue flowers in the very, very early spring. Late winter, early spring, they have lovely periwinkle blue flowers. And it's a lovely ground cover. It is very vigorous. Just keep that in mind. If you are ever going to plant a ground cover vinca, a vining vinca like this, which this one is variegated, just know they are very, very, very vigorous, and you're going to have to kind of keep them at bay. But I just love the look of all of those things together. It's just such a beautiful little picture. And then, of course, my endless summer hydrangea back there. Oh, she's the star of the show. First, let me see this bloom. You guys look. Janie, when Janie from Dig Plant Water Repeat was here, she said that reminded her of Lisa Frank. If y'all are 80s and 90s kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But one thing I'm noticing, which I've never seen before, I do have a lace cap hydrangea on my porch. These blooms are giving me lace cap hydrangea vibes. I have found, like, the variegated lace cap hydrangea, there must be something with pollination that kind of crossbreeds or does something with the blooms, because my endless summer hydrangea on my porch got a variegated leaf, and it shouldn't have had a variegated leaf because the one next to it, the lace cap, was variegated. And then I'm seeing a couple of blooms on the endless summer hydrangea that are looking lace cap like. Like, I've never had a bloom like that. I don't know the exact science behind this. I have a feeling that pollination has something to do with this, but I'm so for it. It is so beautiful. That is gorgeous. I hope you guys can see those tiny little lace cap ones, the tiny little lace cap blooms. It's incredible. Wow, it's so lovely. I've got more blooms to come. So this is kind of a mixture of pink and purples. It took me a while to get the soil acidic enough to start turning these blooms purple. And that happens pretty much every year, but there's another one. So gorgeous. That's a vitex leaf that kind of took off. Oh, and look at that. Wow. They are just so incredibly gorgeous. So one of the mountains that I stand on with gardening, I hear so many people in North Texas say, you just can't grow hydrangeas here. Big leaf hydrangeas cannot grow here. They do not like the heat. They are dramatic. They're just going to die. All of these things. Don't waste your time. I am here to say that you can grow big leaf hydrangeas. You just have to know exactly what they want. Once you give them what they want, they will not only grow, but they will thrive. And so anyway, I have a video all about that, how to care for hydrangeas in our Texas extreme heat, what they want and how to give it to them. It's really not as hard as you think it is, guys. It's really not. Once you figure it out, you will be able to grow these and they will thrive. I promise. So there you go. That is the front garden as we see it there. I also have a little bit of a side front garden over here to show you. This is my Carolina Sapphire Cypress, and it is pruned to be a 3-ball topiary. I bought it when it was just itty bitty bitty at Green Acres. And Carolina Sapphire Cypress, wow, what a statement, what an evergreen piece to put in your garden. They are extremely heat tolerant, extremely drought tolerant. They are native to Arizona, so you can imagine they, of course, would be drought tolerant. But another remarkable thing about this is that they also can stand to be wet, and they actually grow really well the more water that they have. And so this guy is happy. He can get a little bit too wet in that pot, and I don't have to worry, which is good because I have planted underneath it creeping zinnias. These are not actual zinnias, but these are called, the scientific name, I'm going to put the scientific name on the screen. I want to say Sanvitalia procumbens, but if I'm not right, I'll put it on the screen for you guys. But I grew these from seed, and they are so pretty. They are supposed to be really heat tolerant, and I think they are, but I have found to get these established in the heat of the day in this 90-degree weather, they're a little bit dramatic. They tell you they want water midday. So I have given this pot a lot more water than last year. And I think that's going to be okay because this Carolina Sapphire Cypress can take it. And it's like, no problem. I'm still going to be just fine. But these are so beautiful. Proven Winners has a variety like this called Sunbeanie. And now that I've successfully grown this from seed, I'd like to try the Sunbeanie to see if it's similar in growth, if it's better, because it has been, bred to be that way. I'd like to just compare it. But anyway, creeping zinnia, awesome container plant and very good for the heat. Just give them a little more water than you think they need. Underneath there is a mess, you guys. I'll be quite honest. It's variegated liriope. I have black-eyed Susan vine coming in here like crazy because I had black-eyed Susan vine growing up this pillar the last 2 years in a row. So it seeds itself here like crazy. I'm going to have to take those vines and try to train them to go back there again, so that they're not overtaking the liriope the way they are. And because of that, I've also got grass and things coming in here. I've got volunteer spiderwort, which I allow this. You guys, I know it can take over, and this is a weed for many of you, but I just love those blue flowers, and then the way that they go with the yellow creeping zinnia. I absolutely love it. So I'm kind of keeping these guys here. I really don't mind them being here. They're in a square planter, so it's not like they're going to jump, at least I don't think, it's not like they're going to jump into that flower bed where I don't want them. So far, the last few years, they've just stayed contained here. So I'm super happy about that. And then I have a row of baby gem boxwoods, and they just do lovely. They are just a really great evergreen statement piece. So here's that. Another view of that. I just love the way the front garden is shaping up. It's just unbelievable. Our grass is doing amazing as well. This is Palisades zoysia, and we just got done aerating it, adding some topsoil so that the grass just gets fed naturally and is able to breathe again. And it really has come like, wow, the last 2 weeks it went, okay, we're good. We are looking lovely. My husband takes care of our grass, and he does a fabulous job. But I wanted to also show you my curbside containers. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite container combination that I've ever done before. This is exactly how I visioned these containers and planned these containers out. I had to wait a little while though, because this centerpiece, this is a sun beanie. It is like an ever blooming sunflower. It will continue to rebloom all throughout the season. Ah, that little beetle is eating those petals. You see that? Ah, that's frustrating. Okay. But anyway, you can see all of these new buds are coming all the time. I have been deadheading them, which isn't super, like, it's not too bad. Like this one could be deadheaded right now. So that's my thriller for this container. And then as my filler, I have this is double hot cherry perfusion zinnias. I grew these last year and they are unbelievable. This pop of color is just second to none. It's absolutely this beautiful hot pink color. And then I have these orange Zahara zinnias as well that I grew last year. All of this grown from seed. Well, the zinnias are all grown from seed. So more of that double hop cherry. And then they are all mixed with the spiller, which is a blue scaevola. The tag for that blue scaevola is in my other container. I'm going to go to that in a second. But again, you guys, if you have not tried scaevola, you've got to try it. It's unbelievable. The heat does not bother it. Transplanting them does not bother it. They are not dramatic at all about water. They are perfect for here in Texas. And you can see they are happy. All of this is so happy. It's, oh, I can't tell you, like the color combinations, the plant combinations, the textures, my favorite container that I've ever done for sure. And this one is exactly the same. It'll be interesting to see, you know, because they are planted exactly the same, how they may look different throughout this season. But like this one is a white Zahara zinnia. My Zaharas, I didn't separate them from color, so it's whatever color it was got planted, but it's looking lovely as well. That scaevola, let me see if I can get the name of that scaevola. And again, those sunflowers are called Sun Beanie Double Yellow Reblooming Sunflower. And then this one is Fanatics Dark Blue Scaevola. I got these at Callaway's. I found this Sun Beanie at Green Acres. They are looking so incredibly gorgeous. I just love how, you know, you're coming up, driving into your home, and it's just such a welcoming thing to see all of the bright and beautiful flowers and the gorgeous grass that welcomes us. So that's it, y'all. There is my front garden tour for May. I just want to thank you all so very much for watching. You all help me in a very big way. I'm so thankful for each one of you. And I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, I cannot wait to tell you guys what is coming next for Grow Roots. It is a very exciting thing. And tune in the first couple weeks of June to find that out. But Also, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know, do you have a color scheme for your front garden? If so, what is it? Do you have some favorite container combinations that you're growing? If so, what is it? I want to know all the things. I want to talk about all the things in the comments. So please don't hesitate. I do try to respond to each and every one of you. So there you go. I hope each of you has a beautiful day. Goodbye, everybody.